Start with the name of Allah, who is the most merciful and grateful. Dear students of class 6, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome you in Pakistan International School TAIFs, a virtual learning system. Dear students, today we have English class 6 and lecture number 20. And today we are going to learn chapter number 9. And the topic is sentence types, commands, and request. And it is page number 21. And the book is New Brighter Grammar. Dear students, please open your book and page number 21. And it is sentence types, command, and request. Here's your teacher, Sarfaz Nadeem. Dear students, today we also will learn the novel Around the World in 80 Days. And the name of the chapter 3 is India. Today we have chapter number 3, India, and it is page number 17, 18, and 19. It is novel book. So after the chapter 9, we will read the chapter 3 of novel. So let's start our lecture. Dear students, chapter number 9, sentence types. First of all, what is the sentence? A group of words which give complete sense is called a sentence. And there are many types of sentence. And learned, you have already learned about the two types. And that are the statements and questions. You have already learned about two types of sentence. Yes, statement, question. And here are the examples of these two types. He works hard. This is a statement. This is a statement. Just as someone is going to tell you something about an informative sentence, we can say a statement. We can say this is a statement is he works hard. Second, we have does he work hard? This is a question, a kind of interrogative sentence, a question. So two types we have already learned. Now we will learn more two types of the sentence, and that is command and request. Now look at the following sentences. Number 1 is come here. Number 2 is stop that noise. Number 3, please help me. Number 4, catch the dog, please. Number 5, get up at once. Now the 5 sentences are given over here as example, dear students. And 5 sentences are over here, all 5 with exclamation mark. You can see in the last an exclamation mark is given over here. So this is same on page number 21. 5 sentences are given, dear students. Now same sentences I have written over here. Come here, stop that noise, please help me, catch the dog, please, get up at once. So dear students, now note we have kind of that is same in your book. You notice that all these sentences start with the verb. All are starting with the verb come, stop, which can be read except 3. Now sentence number 3 is not started with the verb. Look, come is verb, stop is verb, catch is verb, and get is verb. All 4 are starting with the verb. But number 3 is not starting with the verb. It is starting with the word please. So he's saying that except 3, which can be rewritten if you like, is help me please. If you want to write it, help first and then me and then please, help me please, it can be. The other important point to note is that there is no subject in any of these sentences. Is there any subject? Now definitely if I will ask you, what is subject? Who will tell me the definition of the subject? Yes, subject we can say a noun or a pronoun, okay, and that is a doer of an action. A word, noun or a pronoun which does any kind of action. So a subject is always called a doer of an action. So here, no doer of an action is involved. Come here, stop that noise, please help me, catch the dog please, get up at once. There is no any subject is required. Our subject is not present over here in these sentences. The subject in such sentences is supposed to be you. Now, if there is no any subject, what we will suppose, what we will understand that you is the hidden or understood subject. Like you come here, you stop that noise, you help me please, you catch the dog please, you get up at once. So if there is no any subject, we will consider, we will understand, we will say that okay, if there is no any subject, we will consider that you is the subject over here. And these are imperative sentences. These are imperative sentences. What is the definition of the imperative sentence? Here it is. An imperative sentence may express a command or a request. Again, an imperative sentence may express a command or a request. Means in imperative sentence, two types of the sentences are coming. One, they which show command, or sentence which show a kind of request. Now here in all these sentences, there is a kind of, in four sentences, there is a command, and in single sentence, sorry, in two sentences, there is a request, and in three sentences, there is a command. In number one sentence, come here, that is a command. Stop that noise, it is a command. Please help me, this is a request because the word please is used. Catch the dog, please, that is also a request because please is used. Get up at once, that is also a command. So dear students, those sentences which shows kind of command or request, they are called imperative sentences. Okay, and we have a view of your page. This is the page 21, the page you open right now, that is chapter number 9, sentence types, commands and request. Whole are here, dear students. So look over here, all the here. So it means that now we will move to our next part, and that is exercise. Let's start the exercise. This is exercise number 20, dear students. Exercise number 20. Read these sentences and identify what kind of each is. Statement, question, imperative. Again, I will say, dear students, that read these sentences and identify what kind of each is. Now here the sentences will be given to you, dear students, and you have to point out that which one is a statement sentence, which one is a question, and which one is an imperative. Have a look. Number one, dear students. Tomorrow never comes. What are you doing? Number 3, leave the room at once. Number 4, I don't like such people. Number 5, stop that noise, please. And number 6, is it your final answer? Now here, dear students, 6 sentences are given in the exercise number 20. What we have to do, we have to write about these sentences, what they are actually. Are they statement, question, or imperative? So number 1 is, I will write over here. What is the number 1 sentence, dear students? Who will help me? Yes. Number 1 is what? Statement. You can write only as, we will understand that is a statement. Number 1 is a statement. Number two, what are you doing? This is very easy, I think. This is question. Yes, because question mark is given first of all, and question word what is also used. What are you doing? This is question. And number three, leave the room at once. Leave the room at once. Now, how will you say this is a imperative sentence, or we will say this is a kind of command? Because you can see leave the room at once means there is no any subject. Usually, dear students, in a command sentence, we are not using kind of subject. Sometimes we say get out, come here, take this, give me, sit down, stand up. So here, like in stand up means we are not using the word you stand up. We will understand that okay, there is a you means you stand up, you come here, you take this, you go back. So here we will say leave the room at once. This is kind of imperative sentence, and this is command as well. Dear students, remember imperative and also command, because command and request both kinds are coming in single kind, and that is an imperative. And number four, I don't like such people. I don't like such people. This is kind of statement, dear students. Very easy, because this is kind of information. Someone is telling us that I don't like these people, these kind of people means this is kind of information. So we'll say, okay. So this is a statement. Number five, stop that noise, please. Stop that noise, please. So dear students, the word please is used means we will say this is kind of request. But how request? Because request, as I told you, request and command both are coming in one kind, that is imperative. So we will write over here imperative sentence. It is imperative. And the last we have, is it your final answer? So this is question where question mark is given, and this is verbal type of question because helping verb is given in the start. Is it your final answer? So this is kind of a question, but here in question sentence number two, you can see what are you doing? The word what is doing, and this is called a question word, and this is a verbal question because it starts with the helping verb. So this is we say question. So six sentences we have completed, dear students. Exercise number 20 is done. And I want to repeat that this is the chapter number 9, which we have completed here. Two types we already learned in our course in previous class, like statement and question. And one more type we learned today, and that is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence has two types of sentence. One is command and request. Command, when we are going to give order someone. Command means order. Get, come here, give it to me, give it me, take this. This is kind of order, dear students. And request means sometimes we are, please help me, please borrow me your pencil. Such words we are using, and these all are coming in the request. So both request and command both are coming in one, that is called a imperative sentence. So here we wrote about how many are imperative sentence and how many are requests. So dear students, now we will move towards what is, let's see what is in on next page. Since we are here, and let's see what we have to do. Yes, now we will start, dear students, our novel Around the World in 80 Days. And chapter number 3, the name of the chapter number 3 is India. And you can open your page, and it is page number 17. As I told you, we have this kind of practice that I read one topic for you, and the remaining topics you have to read in your at your home, and you have to complete this. So page number 17, 18, and half page of 19 I will read definitely. The remaining 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 you have to read at home. And dear students, it is very important to read these chapters, and at the last we will solve the exercise, and inshallah in coming lecture we will solve the exercise of the chapter number 3, and in last lecture we solved the exercise of chapter number 2, And in coming inshallah lecture, we will solve the exercise number 3. So today we have a learning. So we will read the uh, novel Around the World in 80 Days. A topic we have, dear students, India. Uh, we have a topic India, and the warrant has not arrived. This is a sub topic today. So let's start the reading of the lesson. The warrant has not arrived. The Mongolia arrived at Bombay on 20th October, 2 days early. During the voyage, Passepartout and Mr. Fix had seen quite a lot of each other and had become very friendly. Mr. Fogg had been able to play his favorite game of whist with some of the other passengers. The passengers of the Mongolia left the ship and arrived in Bombay at 4:30 in the afternoon. The train, which would take Phileas Fogg and his servant across India, was leaving for Calcutta at 8 o'clock that same evening. As soon as they had left the ship, Phileas Fogg told Passepartout to go and buy some things for him. He then made his way as quickly as possible towards the passport office. He did not think of looking at any of the sights of Bombay, not the city hall, nor the huge library, the famous forts, the harbour, and the local markets. He was not interested in anything like that. After leaving the passport office with his passport stamped, he went straight to the railway station. Detective Fix left the Mongolia just after Mr. Fogg. He went to speak to the chief of police in Bombay. He asked if the warrant of arrest had been received from London, but no one knew anything about it. Fix was rather upset. He asked the chief if he could give him a warrant for the arrest of Mr. Fogg. The chief refused. Mr. Fogg had done nothing wrong in India. Fix had to wait for the warrant to come from London. The only thing he could do was to make sure that he did not he lose his robber while he was in Bombay. Fix was certain that Mr. Fogg would stay in Bombay, which would give the warrant time to arrive. Passepartout too had thought that his master would finally end his travels in Bombay, but after the last orders which his master had given him, he realized he was wrong. Mr. Fogg had told him to make sure that he did not miss the 8 o'clock train to Calcutta. Passepartout realized that even Kolkata would uh, probably not be the last stop. He began to ask himself if, after all, the bet that Mr. Fogg had made was serious. After Passepartout had done his shopping, he decided to walk through the streets of Bombay. Everything seemed new and wonderful to him. One thing in particular caught his attention, a beautiful Hindu temple. He decided to go inside. Unfortunately, he did not know that Christians are not allowed in Hindu temples and that the Hindus themselves must take their shoes off before they go in. Passepartout walked innocently into the temple. Suddenly, he was thrown onto the floor by three priests. They tore, yes, dear students, thrown onto the floor by three priests. They were very angry. They tore off his shoes and socks and started to beat him. The Frenchman was very strong. He got to his feet again and rushed out of the temple as quickly as he could. At 5 to 8, just a few moments before the train left, Passepartout arrived at the station. He had lost his hat and was without shoes and socks. He had also lost his parcel of shopping. Detective Fix was also at the railway station. He had followed Phileas Fogg to the station and realized that his robber was going to leave Bombay. He immediately decided that he must leave too and follow Fogg all the way to Calcutta. And further, if necessary, Passepartout did not see Fix when he arrived at the station. But Fix heard him tell his master what had happened to him. I hope it will not happen to you again, was all Phileas Fogg replied. Then he took his seat in the train, the poor man looking rather upset and having no shoes or socks. Followed his master without another word. Fix was going to get his seat when a thought stopped him and he suddenly changed his plans. Changed his plans. No, I will stay in Bombay, he said to himself. A wrong has been done in British controlled India. I have caught my man. At this moment, the train gave a sharp whistle and disappeared into the darkness. It had started on time. So, dear students, the first topic of the chapter number 3, India, novel around the world in 80 days, is read by me. The remaining topics you have to read at home. The generally the second topic, and then we have the more topics on page number 20, 21, and 22, like this. So, dear students, reading is done, and at the last, when you will complete your reading, then inshallah, in coming lecture, we will complete, we will solve the exercise of the chapter 2. Dear students, now this is about the coming lecture. Next lecture will be lesson number 15, how to make and fly a kite. A kind of fun lesson for you, and most probably that you all students are keen to fly kite, and many students are really able to make the kite. So in this lesson, you will learn that how to make and fly a kite. So inshallah, in coming lecture, we will learn about this topic, and that is guided English book, dear students. So this is the students, it's all about today's lecture, and have a good day. Thank you for joining me, and we learned today about the grammar sentence, a new type we learned today, that was an imperative sentence, that was new kind, and command request, about these two types which were coming in the imperative sentence. And also we read the chapter number 3 of the novel Around the World in 80 Days. And this is all about today's lecture. So take care and Goodbye. Love is.